viewers, today we are in a city called Antalya, but what you're going to see today on the vlog was when we stopped in the city of Izmir, also known as Smyrna in the book of Revelation. I've learned a lot about Christianity and Islam this trip. It's been very, very eye-opening. It's been pretty cool actually. In this video you're going to see the house of the Virgin Mary. Then after that we go to Ephesus, which is an ancient Greco-Roman city. It's like 3 times the size of Pompeii. And what you're going to see in the video is only 10% of Ephesus. They've only uncovered that much, so there's still 90% that has not been excavated yet. There's tons of archaeologists out there still uncovering it, but it's very, very impressive. And then the last thing that you're going to see is the Church of John, John the Baptist.
Alright, let's pull out our trusty map of Turkey. We are currently staying where the star is at in Antalya, but today's video takes place back to the north in Ephesus, which is about 30 to 50 miles south of Izmir. Izmir is also known as Smyrna, one of the 7 churches of Asia listed in the book of Revelation. This right here is the house of the Virgin Mary, also known as Mother Mary's house. It's a Catholic and a Muslim shrine located right near Ephesus. Pilgrims drink from the spring water under the house, which is believed to have healing properties. There's been several popes that have came to the house of the Virgin Mary. And this right here is the wishing wall. Several people put up their prayers onto this wall, and they believe that it has magical powers and that the prayers will come true. What you're looking at now is the city of Ephesus. It is one of the largest Greco-Roman cities in the world, and it was a major city of commerce back in the 10th century BC is when it was built, and for several hundreds of years. It's famed for the Temple of Artemis that was completed around 550 BC, and this was considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Ephesus is also one of the 7 churches of Asia that's cited in the book of Revelation. The reason, there's so many stories about Ephesus, but one of the most famous stories is that it's believed that the Gospel of John was written here, which also it leads people to believe that the house of the Virgin Mary is indeed the real house of the Virgin Mary where she lived out the remainder of her life, because John and Mary were to travel together once the crucifixion was completed. The city is huge. What you're looking at here is the terraced homes where the wealthy people in Ephesus lived at. And you can actually spend, I believe it's 40 lira, about $20 US, and enter into some other of the terraced homes and see just how well off the rich people were. They had some very nice homes. That footprint right there is leading the people of the town to this building, and right next to that footprint, you couldn't see it, is a symbol of the god of infertility, or the god of fertility, I mean. And this building right here, where that footprint was leading to, is the town's brothel. So there was advertisement back, in 500 BC towards a brothel. And the interesting note is the brothel is directly across from the terraced homes of the wealthy. So this is the city of Ephesus. There's so much history that took place in this city. This road right here is Harbor Road. The sea actually used to come up to the very end of that road, and now it's receded several miles, but it's pretty amazing to see how well preserved this city is. This walkway leads you out into the bottom of the amphitheater. This amphitheater has 25,000 seats, and it was the largest in Anatolia. Actually, I heard somebody say when we were walking around here that Elton John and somebody else came and did a concert here a few years ago. Ephesus has tons and tons of history. I could go on all day. It's believed to be a large graveyard for gladiators, and it's also believed to be the city of the 7 sleepers, the story of the 7 sleepers who were considered saints by Catholics and Orthodox Christians. And the story is also mentioned in the Quran, but it tells the tale that they were persecuted because of their belief in God, and that they slept in a cave near Ephesus for centuries. So this is the town of Ephesus. If you ever go to Turkey, this is a must-see. and the final part of our tour takes us to the Basilica of John the Baptist. As I mentioned, the book of John is believed to be written in Ephesus. This was part of Ephesus, but now it's a little bit of a drive from where we were. And real quick, this is just a mosque. It's called the Mosque of Isa, or the Isa Mosque. And Isa in Turkish means Jesus. And that mosque was built to replicate the great mosque of Damascus, which that mosque was built to and dedicated to John the Baptist. So it's very interesting that that mosque is literally right next to the Basilica of John the Baptist. This is believed to be the tomb of John the Baptist. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the story or not. When he was in Ephesus, he was later exiled by the emperor to the Isle of Patmos, where he wrote Revelation, and then he later was invited back to Ephesus and given a pardon, where he lived out the remainder of his days, and that's why they believe that he is now buried here.
All right, Will Blog viewers, so that was the House of the Virgin Mary, Ephesus, and the Church of John the Baptist. Ephesus is like one of the main attractions in Turkey. It's very packed there, and it is very hot there. But it was awesome. It was amazing, and actually, the House of Mary was pretty amazing as well. That's gonna do it for us. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.